like to just take a few minutes to continue offering our gratitude and then talk to you about some of the exciting things that are in the birthing process here at Genesis. In the next year, we've got 2 initiatives that are building and coming to fruition. One is biospiritual focusing, which is a process of accompaniment and spiritual direction that is used here. And the other is an arboretum with the ground.
Another sister who has been in administration for years, working with finances, and she comes from Nova Scotia, and was needing time just to relax and to unwind. And at that time, Dave Corday, many of you know Dave, was tapping the trees for oil, I was going to say. Tapping the trees for maple syrup. And this sister walked by that tree, and as she stood there and she saw some of the syrup dripping, what she experienced was, keep this in mind now, because I'll come back to this when we talk about focusing. But what she experienced when she saw that maple syrup dripping was something shifted through her whole body. And she said she began to feel life flowing through her own body as she watched the maple syrup. Now keep that in mind when I go back to focusing. And so it was a real sacramental moment for her, you know. And that's one of many, many, many experiences.
This happened a few years ago, and actually before Liz came, I think a couple of years before that. And this woman came to our front door at Genesis and asked if she could use the bathroom. And so the staff, I was not there at the time, I was in another area of the building. So the staff said, yes, she could use the bathroom. So they showed her where it was, right off the foyer, right off opposite the front door. And the woman went in and did not come out, and did not come out, and did not come out. So she was there for about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, and the girls in the office began to get very nervous. She was obviously, when they realized after they were talking about it, that she appeared to be a homeless person. So they finally got in touch with me, and I went over. They said, "What are we gonna do?" I said, "Well, I'll be right over." So I came over to the bathroom door, and I knocked on it, and I tried it first, and I knew it was locked. So I just knocked on it and asked if I could help her. I said, "Is there something that you need?" And I went through a lot of the sentences with her. And she really wasn't responding to me. She said no, a couple of times. So finally, I said to her, "Is there something wrong?" She said, "No, I'm looking for something." So I sat down on the floor. I said, "Can you open the door for me?" She said no. So I sat down on the floor outside the bathroom, and I just kept this conversation going with her, which was not really making a lot of sense, but we were at least, I was afraid she might be hurting herself. So eventually, she unlocked the door, and she said I could come in. And this woman was sitting on the bathroom floor. And when she came in, she had a huge pocketbook with her, and it was huge. And she had taken everything out of that pocketbook. She had dumped it on the floor. So when I went in, I sat down on the floor with her, and she started telling me what each piece in that pocketbook was. Some of it related to an original family, her mother, her father, son's situation, and this went on and on. And it was very obvious to me that this was something that this woman needed to do, and that we were a safe place for her to do this, to go through all of those memories. Now, my hip had a hard time getting on the floor. And in the end, she had a belt. And she said, "This is my belt, and it doesn't fit me." So I said, "Well, why don't you stand up and we'll see if we can do something about that." So I took her belt and I had knickers around or something, and I had somebody make holes in her belt. So I got the belt on her, got her all set, and she put everything back in the pocketbook, and she thanked me, and she went out the front door to her bicycle, which was way out towards the street in one of the bushes, because I watched her when she left it. Now when we talk about focusing, I really feel that my presence to her, I could have said, "Look, you've got to come out of the bathroom. You can't stay in there a minute." But I went to another place myself with her. And it's a memory that I will always keep because it meant so much to me to be able to do that for this homeless person.
I think, Ann, what you said, what you realized was that everything that she took out of the bag and put down had something of a reminder of a part of her life. And she had to clear her space of that
Yes.
so that she could move, by taking them out so she could move on.
And she left here in Lionsgate.